Gilberto Ramirez. I mean, he just absolutely just outboxed him. There's something that I see in Bibble that could be problematic. Sometimes he just doesn't provide much action, but he played it safe using a stiff jab, using a lot of good combination punching and counter punching and lead rights. Basically, he was using his jab to set up his combination punch, and he was very good defensively. Gilberto Ramirez had his moments and spots where every once in a while he could land a nice jab and maybe a lead left because he's a southpaw, but he didn't go to the body. I think due to the fact that Bivol kept him on the end of his jab, he was hesitant to go inside, and basically it turned out to be a long night for him. I thought Bivol easily won that fight 10 rounds to 2. I think one judge had it 118. To be honest with you, um, giving Ramirez 4 rounds is very generous. You can make an argument that he may have won 2 rounds at best. So 3 is kind of a stretch. I thought it was just another dominating performance by Bivol. Um, as far as a Canelo fight, I don't see I don't see that fight having a different result than the last time. I think it's just the same thing. I think Bibble would just outbox Canelo, keep Canelo at the end his jab, and push him back and let off combinations. And I think he beats Canelo again. May even stop Canelo. But let me tell you, I think a potential fight with him and Arthur Better BFB. One thing about Arthur Better BF, you can outbox Arthur Better BF for maybe the first 2 or 3 rounds, but then when Arthur Better BF starts to warm up and when he starts to land punches, that's the problem. Arthur Better BF got started relatively quick with Joe Smith Jr. And as you can see, when he got started quick with Joe Smith Jr., he made quick work of Joe Smith Jr. So Arthur Better BF unification match with Bibbo would be very interesting to say the least. You would have to, by default, you would have to make Better Beeb the favorite to win, and by knockout. He's fought guys like Bibble before. Um, Boslick has a style similar to Bibble, and you see what he was able to do with him. Bibble will get off some shots, but the problem is what happens when Arthur Beterbiev starts to impose his will? What happens when Arthur Beterbiev starts to land body shots? Because eventually Arthur Beterbiev is gonna land something, and the problem is, will Bibble be able to keep himself together? And as you can see, no one has. So that's where the problem lies. But it's an interesting fight. It's an interesting fight. Like I said before, my advice to Canelo, I just think he should move on. I think Canelo should just stay at 168. I do not see him being able to do anything different in a rematch to be able to have a chance to beat Bivol. Just keeping it real. I know you Canelo stands are in denial about what happened in the first fight, but I think it's the same results. I know they want to try to hype it up and say, well, Canelo wants a second. Well, Canelo has been real on the fence about whether he wants to fight Bivol again. I think Canelo would be smart to stay away from him. I don't think he could beat him. I don't think there's nothing Canelo could do to offset what Bivol does. I think Bivol will be able to make adjustments to Canelo better than Canelo will be able to make adjustments to him. And like I said before, I see Bivol win this fight with Canelo again. So we'll see. Now, as far as Artur Beterbiev go, Artur Beterbiev is scheduled to face Anthony Yard. Artur Beterbiev has some surgery. We'll see what's going on with that. So they're saying that he'll face Anthony Yard. Maybe they're saying he may face him like around February or something. You know, March at best, and then they can get unification maybe in the middle of 2023. So we'll see. Anyway, it's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.